Hi there. So I'm at my mom's house on this incredibly smoky day. I don't know if you can see. It's actually a little bit better than it was. They've got all kinds of little cute sheds and outbuildings, and I'm here because I'm going to water for her while she's away. So I got to find all her watering cans, flower baskets, and get them a good soaking. It's been so dry here. But as I do that, I want to multitask and see if I can do that and talk a little bit about a victim mindset, because I recently found myself in a kind of victim mindset and I didn't even know it. And it's something that can quickly affect my art practice. So I wanted to talk about that today. And how does she want me to do this? Let's get some water baskets. Okay, so last year I agreed to come back to Madeline Island School of the Arts and to teach another watercolor workshop there, and that's coming up this July. And for some reason, this workshop has been harder to fill than it was last year. And so we just reached our minimum enrollment of 10 students. We're hoping for, I think, 18. And so I was able to buy my flights. And, for a while, I was pretty sure that this was not going to happen. I had sent out the announcement. I'd let everybody know about the workshop. I have a couple of other workshops happening in more exotic places than Wisconsin, and which is no insult on Wisconsin, because I absolutely love Madeline Island. I am so excited to go back there, and yeah, I just can't wait. It just really felt like kind of home and vacation at the same time to me. But yeah, not everybody sees it that way, and so I have not been seeing those signups come as rapidly as some of my other events that I'm teaching. And as I realized that Madeline Island was very slow to fill up, I think we went a long time with just having one person signed up, and it felt like failure. So much so that I was telling myself, I don't think this is meant to be. I think you've committed to something that you can't follow through on. And I was feeling kind of ashamed of that. And that really is kind of, the response was kind of shame. Like I was feeling like I didn't, like I kind of stepped out too much. I'd kind of dared too much and been too audacious in making a plan to do several workshops this year. And it's funny that it just is funny to me that was almost my immediate reaction was, this isn't meant to be. You've reached for something that was not for you. You've stepped out too far. And I think we do this a lot. I think as an artist, because we are needing to be self-motivated, sometimes we can choose to answer our no's in that way. And so we step out, we try for something, and then if it's not immediately rewarding, we kind of back away. Hands up, back away. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have touched it. I shouldn't have tried to claim that thing or to try for that thing. And what happened to me as I was feeling all of these feelings of kind of shame and I don't know, there's a word for it and I can't think of it, but just that idea of having reached for something too ambitious, maybe. Suddenly I realized, well, are you just going to do that? Are you just going to, Angela, are you just going to say, nope, I guess it's not meant to be, and throw your hands up? You hate people that make excuses like that, or who give up too soon. That's not who you are. And I thought, maybe this isn't a matter of me having reached for something that was out of my reach and, breaking it. Maybe this is that I just haven't found the right words yet. Maybe I haven't done a good job of talking about why I love going to this workshop in this place. Maybe there are things that I can do, ways that I can take ownership of this, and instead of just saying, wasn't meant to be, oh well. And when I made that connection when I thought that in my head. There are other things you can do. There are different ways you can talk about this workshop. There are different ways that you can let people know what's going on and why this is worth the trip. It's several flights for me. I know I'm not the only one who finds it a little bit challenging to make that trip to Duluth and then on to Madeline Island. But when I realized that, the power was back in my hands. And that was the neatest thing, just to feel like, wait a second, there are things I can do. There are choices I can make right now that might make this work out after all. And and we hit that minimum. We hit those 10 students. I'm going to Wisconsin. I'm going to be teaching at Madeline Island. And I'm excited about it. And I have now also a little parallel lesson that I need to remind myself of in my painting journey as well. Because there are so many times in my painting journey, in my art career, where I have reached for something and it hasn't worked out. And it's very, very easy to feel like, okay, this is a club and I'm just not invited, or I don't have what it takes, or I don't know the right people. And there's all of these reasons why I can say, I'm failing, and these are the reasons why. And yet somehow, even when it's other people's, when I say I'm failing and it's other people's fault or other circumstances' fault, I'm still the one that feels ashamed. So let's unpack that for a while. But being able to say, there are things I can do right now. I cannot decide. I cannot choose who's going to be joining me in Wisconsin. I don't get to know that. I do believe there are people who are going to find some encouragement, some growth that they needed in that week in Wisconsin, and I'm so excited to share that with them. I'm looking forward to it. And if we just have the 10 minimum, or we have the entire class full, I know it's going to be a rich time, and I'm really thankful I didn't just shrug my shoulders and stop talking about it because it seemed like maybe it wasn't going to happen. And with my art practice, it's the same thing. If I'm seeing no's or looming failure, so often there's a new direction to take, another way to look at it, a little bit of ownership that I can shift toward. I don't get to control so many things, but I can look at what I do get to control and feel some power there, and it's very, very freeing.